Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I still have my fundraiser going on. The link to the GoFundMe is down in the description. The reason I set the GoFundMe up is to help with the immense cost of me and my wife moving at the end of the year. We have to move so my wife can stop driving 35 miles one way to work. Some people thought it was a 35-mile round trip, and it's like, no. It's 35 miles one way and 35 miles back home. After working a double shift from 6 in the morning to 10 p.m. We found a really nice apartment out in Mesa, Arizona that's like a 10-minute drive. And that's 10 minutes on city side streets instead of 35 minutes on basically an interstate here. So now that that's over, and I want to thank all of my recent subscribers. I had a little YouTube short start blowing up. I got a bunch more subscribers. So big, 2 thumbs up for you guys. This is my X platform. You can see it down there in the corner if you want to go follow me over here. This video here is eye-opening. But the question I have for this video, why do they want to get rid of the human race? Or do they just want to get rid of us? Not the, billionaires. They just want to get rid of us. But also, because I'm a big-time conspiracy theorist, I know somebody's going to be like, oh, broken, yeah, I know I'm a conspiracy theorist. You need people in all aspects of life. You can't just have a bunch of billionaires. Because who's going to clean the billionaire's home? Who's going to do, the meaningless task of cleaning your bathroom? There's a movie, one of my favorite movies called Fifth Element, where the rabbi in there had to go and slap the rich guy on his back because he was choking on a cherry. He had all these machines, but still needed a human hand to slap him on the back to save his life. So if any of you billionaires stumble across my little channel, think about that. And that movie is called Fifth Element. One of my favorite movies. So now on with what this woman has to say. And I want everybody to listen with an open mind. And think about what I just said.
The final goal is to eradicate humanity as we know it. Once you understand the final destination, it becomes much easier to look back and identify the psychological conditioning, the biological tampering, the cultural grooming, and the educational prepping that we have been subjected to for decades in preparation to making us accept a post-human future. It takes a lot of physical and psychological abuse to get an intelligent species like ours to agree to its own extinction.
Yep.
Most, if not all, that has transcended in the last 60 years was designed to get us closer to accepting such a dystopian reality. Whether you care to accept it or not, we live in a hyper-controlled matrix where our perception of reality is meticulously planned, managed, and executed in order to control and steer us in whichever direction they wish. And the direction is a post-human world. For this, they first needed to
Hear that? Post-human world. Why would we even need a world if there isn't humans here?
destabilize, dehumanize, and demoralize humanity through every means possible. The destruction of the nuclear family, children being indoctrinated by the state, abortion, the eradication of God and spirituality from education, Life in mega cities and away from nature, toxic food, air and water, social media, replacing real human connection and interaction, engineered.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. I noticed that years ago when my kids were in their teens. All their friends would come over and they would sit in the same room. And instead of just talking, they would text each other. People don't want to talk to people. They'd rather sit on a live stream, not even being on camera, having their little icon up there, and hang out in a chat room instead of, showing up somewhere and hanging out in person, or even being on camera like I am right now on somebody's live stream. They always have to put the little icon up there so you can't see them. Why have we become such a shallow society that you don't want people looking at you? Even though men and women both spend an exorbitant amount of money to look better. Now me, I don't care. This is me, and this makes my wife happy. That's all that matters to me. My wife just bought me an awesome birthday present. There's a card in there. I'm not going to share what she bought me or the card on social media, but I've got me probably the most amazing wife ever.
Financial crisis and taxation, endless wars and massive migration, stress, anxiety, depression, drugs and alcohol, constant fear-mongering.
All right, here's something. Why is everybody anxious? Because back in the 80s, you didn't hear about anxiety. Or at least I didn't hear about it. You want to know what I think the reason everybody's anxious? Caffeine. Energy drinks. Walk into your local convenience store and see how much room the energy drinks take up compared to water. Water is essential for life. That's what I'm drinking right here. It's just got the little flavor enhancer stuff you can buy at the grocery store. Everybody drinks energy drinks. And then they take pills to be able to sleep at night. And then, they have nightmares and stuff and wake up all anxious, and they're anxious all day. Because instead of doing, getting their 8 hours of sleep, they have to be online and seeing what's going on. And I know some people have kids, but still, people, take it from me, a person that's got a bad heart. You want to find out how bad energy drinks are for you? Look up your local cardiologist. That's a heart doctor. Set up an appointment to go there and just talk to him. And ask him about energy drinks. Energy drinks almost killed me. I've even slacked off on coffee. That's my second cup of coffee, and I've been up since like 5 a.m. Drinking water.
Moral relativism as the new religion, and I could go on and on about how humanity has been influenced and forced to move away from all the things that give us strength, security, purpose, and meaning. A weak, immoral, disconnected, ignorant, and unhealthy population is an easy target for the next stage, the creation of an entire generation of androgynous beings. Masculinity is
AI. That's all I gotta say on that.
under attack psychologically, culturally, and biologically. Women are being replaced in sports, entertainment, and politics by men pretending to be women.
Yeah. This is where I'm going to piss off the women watching. Why aren't you angry about this? Why aren't you guys doing a million woman march? That, you know, you have all these men that are saying that they're women, taking all your titles away, all your awards away. And when a woman does speak up, like I think her name's Riley Gaines, people try to end her life. Women try to end her life. And she's just trying to stand up for women. Do you have people like me and other men out here trying to stand up for you women when you need to stand up for yourself? Remember, you're a strong, independent woman. I wish I could bring my wife on camera without her having to be, you know, political, and ask her what her view is of men trying to be women. Because I know exactly what she would say. Because she's told me this. And here I'm going to tell you. Her thing is, if a man really wants to be a woman, then that man needs to go through cramps. You know, when you have your monthly thing show up, and a lot of women get cramps, like my wife did, my daughter did, that they pretty much couldn't do anything. They were in so much pain from cramps. You want to be a real woman? Do that. Do 3 days of having cramps, and then see if you want to be a woman.
And children are being indoctrinated at school to think that gender is a choice.
All right, on that whole indoctrinated in school, I've been saying this for years. Homeschool. Then you don't have to worry about your kids being indoctrinated. But I know how everybody is. I see the videos every August. You know, a mom with a bathrobe on, glass of wine in her hand, laughing and dancing as her kids are on the school bus going to school. I find it absolutely disgusting when parents use the public school system as a daycare center. You had the kids, raise the kids. If you can't afford to have kids, don't do the whole, you know, abortion route. Do the route of protection, both for the woman and the man, or abstinence.
The transgender movement is not a grassroots movement. It comes from the top. It has nothing to do with people's freedom of expression, sexuality, or civil rights. It's an evil psyop with a clear agenda to get us closer to transhumanism by making us question the most fundamental notion of human identity, our gender. If you don't know who you are, if you already identify as a hybrid between a man and a woman, you will be easily convinced to become a hybrid between human and machine. Gender ideology is the 2 + 2 = 5 from George Orwell's 1984 dystopian novel. It's the final test to see whether we will follow the most absurd party line towards our own extinction. But 2 + 2 = 4. And no matter how you choose to dress, call yourself, or change your physique, will not change that. The sad reality, though, is that in the gaslighting process to get us closer to a post-human future, they have mentally and physically harmed an increasing number of children and young people, and it's only getting worse.
Yep.
This must be stopped.
I have said that. How do they change society? Go after the kids. I remember when I was in high school, back in the early 90s, I had to sign up for a sex ed class because it was required to graduate. I had to get my parents' permission to sign up for a sex ed class. And I remember my parents both went off. They both went to the school like, what the hell is this shit? But it was required to graduate, so I had to take it. And it ended up being some basic, class, that stuff I already knew. Here's what a man is, here's what a woman is, bada, stupid stuff. But they go after the young kids. And, a couple generations, you've changed the way these young kids think. Because now they're voting age adults. I saw a video online. I think it was on TikTok. If you would let your 12-year-old child get a tattoo, they interviewed a bunch of people. They all said no, because the tattoo is a permanent body change. But then they also asked them, would you allow your child to change their sex? To go from a boy to a girl or a girl to a boy, and they were all like, yes. Kind of makes you wonder what these parents are thinking. And I still say a lot of it is because it's the new thing. My child is transgender. I see it all over the internet. All over the internet. I've even seen bumper stickers on cars here in the Phoenix area. And people wearing shirts. My child is transgender. And it's like, so you're bragging about it? On that note, guys, please donate to the GoFundMe down in the description. And thanks for watching.